morning, everybody on YouTube. I'm making this video just for YouTube. How are we doing today? This is Laura, your grateful, recovering alcoholic and addict who decided to change her life November 28th of 2018. I come on here with no makeup on. It's part of my recovery. I used to couldn't go anywhere without makeup on. And not too long ago, I saw a post. I posted it on my What a Girl Needs in Recovery group. We almost have 500 members. I'm so happy for that. Anyway, God, I just lost my train of thought because I'm so happy. Every morning I wake up. Every morning I wake up because I sleep now. I was on speed for 20 years, so I sleep now. I do. I still have some things I need to change. Like yesterday, I went to Walmart to get the stuff to do my hair because I'm turning gray. Because I didn't get sober till I was 50. But then the line was too long, and I was being a little bitch. So I was by myself, but I put this shit back. Now I wake up and my hair looks like shit. Anyway, I'm going to Houston today. I'm super happy. I am, my granddaughter's starting pre-K. I'm so fidgety all the time on this thing. I know I got to sit on my hands. I'll sit on them, and then I'll just move them when I'm talking. Anyway, I'm going to be in Houston for a couple of days. But today is August 16th. August 16th. There's always been a... it's a day I always remember. Of course, I remember everything. That's one of my character defects. Anyway, I had a boyfriend. We weren't actually boyfriend and girlfriend when he died. I thought we were, though. He ultimately lost his life from drugs and alcohol. So I wasn't going to come on, but then I was like, this is something that, there's several different lessons in what I'm going to be saying. Number one, I should have saw the flags. Excuse me, my son's messaging me. When you see somebody, he died from drugs and alcohol. So let me go back. But I continued to do drugs for 30 more years. You'd think I would have gotten, been like, hey, maybe I should change my ways. But no, fuck no. I did everything the hard way. But now that I'm on the other side of sobriety, I have 714 days. But I did get on my memories. Now I'm totally going off story. I went on my memories on Facebook. And it said something like I had 600 and something days of sobriety. And a couple of days after that, coming up, I relapsed. My post says something about, I feel great, I feel amazing, I just want everybody to know. And then I fucking went and got high. What a... No, I can't look at myself like that. I had to go through that to break up with that, to make sure that I was done. But I can't let my guard down. You cannot let my guard down, apparently, because that post just says... I wish I would have read the post again before I came on here. But when I read it, it was like, I was on top of the world. And I sabotaged myself by going around people, places, and things. And I'm not strong enough, apparently. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the boyfriend. His name was Richard Larkin Smith. This is a video that goes out to him. He was, I guess I met him when I was 15. And he was 18. Anyway, he put glass in for a living. He was a window installer or whatever. His dad ran a glass business. I think he owned it. It's been so long. This is like 1986 or 85. I can't even remember. It's been so long, but he's forever in my heart. He was putting glass in for a living. And he was a major drug addict before he died. You know, I don't think he would have died if he wouldn't have hit his head on the pool. But anyway, so what happened was he was putting glass in. He was installing a piece of glass. The glass broke. He put it in it cut his eye. So they gave him all kinds of downers. I don't remember exactly what pills there were because of his eye. And remember, he was already an addict. I'm sure he was saturated with drugs when he went in there. That was back in the Mandrex days. There were like equivalent to a Quaalude, and you'd get a 3-day one, and you wouldn't even know what happened for 3 days. I mean, I was already an addict, fucking 16. I wasn't a downer person, but I took my fair share. I didn't miss anything. I never did heroin, but the latter part of my addiction, I can remember saying, oh, maybe I'd try that, if I came around it and I was fucked drunk enough or whatever. I hadn't slept for days. Oh, sure, thank God I'm sober now. But anyway, he put the glass in, got the downers. He had just moved into an apartment, and it was all bills paid, if I'm remembering correctly. And somebody brought over a bottle of tequila. Well, tequila, pain pills, and swimming do not mix. He jumped in the pool, hit his head on the bottom of the pool, apparently went to sleep by the front door on the ground. They had all bills paid, remember? And when you live in all bills paid, you just push that all the way down as cold as you can because you don't have to pay for it. So it's freezing in there, I'm sure. Anyway, he ultimately died. His heart stopped. He was on the floor. He had a bruise on his head in the casket. I'll never forget. Nobody should have let him go to sleep, but we were all kids back then. And he lost his life. He was 19 years old. His birthday was September, so I guess he would have been 20. That's September, coming up. After that, I really went into more drugs. But I can remember him. His name was Richard Larkin Smith. I can remember on my 16th birthday, backing up a little bit. My birthday's in January, so he died in August. So that would have been, 8 months before. Because we weren't together that long. And we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend at that time. Anyway, what am I having a boyfriend at 16 anyway? Are you kidding me? Anyway, I saw him in rehab one time. Something on my phone. And he was like, I brought pizza. I'm serious. This was in the 80s. You couldn't bring that shit now. You just can't do anything you could do back then. I brought pizza. Well, I came in there and gave him pizza and called back to the rehab. He told me to call up there, and I told him that there was a bomb or something. I'll probably be in prison now for saying that. So they could go outside and smoke a joint. It's a true story. I was enabling my person that I was supposed to love. I loved all kinds of boys back then, though. I still love one of them, but, he's an addict, and I just had to move along. I was enabling him by letting him go out there and smoke a joint. But I was an addict. Although I was only 16 years old, I was already masking the way that I felt. So once he passed away, August 16th, I moved to California the following year on the very same day. I always remember this day. It's also Madonna's birthday. And Madonna and Sean got married on this day. And I remember I had just got off the plane, or no, we drove in, and there was helicopters everywhere because Sean and Madonna were getting married. Look that up. It's a true story. There was helicopters everywhere. I felt so sorry for him. You know, I wasn't close to the house, but I see tons of helicopters. Everyone's like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, Sean and Madonna are getting married. Oh, okay. Makes sense to me. But after he passed away, I ended up, oh God, I was so into my feelings. Poor me, poor, pitiful me. Shitty committee, stinking thinking, right here. This made me fucked up every fucking time. Now, I have a wall, a side door. Nobody can get in. I don't even think. I go buy alcohol in the stores just for a minute. I was going to ask my sponsor too, because my fiance and we took one of his workers out to lunch, and I was like, baby, you gonna get a margarita? You know, because he doesn't hardly ever drink, but he works his ass off. He was like, oh, that sounds good. Well, they brought it to the table, and I was like, oh my God, that looks good. I mean, I had to say it out loud about 3 or 4 times. So I didn't want it, but I said it looked good. I was like, it was weird, and I was like, and I even said, oh my God, should I be saying this? Get out of my door. Get out. No, say no. It was funny. Then he had tequila breath all night from one margarita. I was like, God damn, I'm glad you don't drink very much. But I went in to a psychiatric hospital after that. I remember Purple Rain had just come out. I used to listen to that song in the hospital over and over. And I had went, because I told my mom I wanted to kill myself. But they drug tested me. I had all kinds of drugs in my system. All kinds of drugs. I can't remember what. I mean, it must have been everything. Everything I could possibly get my hands on, I had in my system at 16. I don't think even once they asked me if I had a drug problem. I don't remember, but if they did, I lied and said no. So I continued to lie, not to other people, because remember, I was masking the way I felt and the way I looked, so nobody could tell. I mean, I'm sure some people knew. I mean, come on, but for the most part, no. I was a functioning addict. I had nice clothes. My hair was always done, the makeup. I knew how to, remember I made a video where I saw people groveling, or I even did it on the floor looking for dope and this and that. And I was very young at 18 at that time. And after that, once I moved home and I had more friends around me and stuff, because in California, I didn't have that many friends. This was in California when I was groveling on the carpet. That I learned not to, just to keep it under control. That was even harder in your mind, because you're fucking sketched out, but you're acting like you're sober, so nobody will know. And the whole time you're fighting your inside. It's like, it's a terrible, terrible disease of the mind. Oh my God. I could remember so many times I would wait and want to get dope. And as soon as I did it, I'd be like, why did I do that? But I did it anyway. I was addicted. I was addicted for so many years. Every once in a while, every once in a while I would get some shit where I'd say, man, I feel good. I feel great. I love this shit. And then I'd try to go get some more of that shit, and it would be some different shit. And it was never the same. You know, it was... Kids, if you're watching this, please don't do drugs. Don't wait till you're 50 to get sober, because I'm telling you, the life that you have in sobriety is amazing. I mean, I was stressed out yesterday. Don't get me wrong. You know, I went in the store. I ended up leaving with nothing. You know, I went to get my eyebrows waxed. The place was hot. I felt like I was about to start my period. I don't know. But it's not every day is going to be perfect. But when you don't have to look for your drugs or wait around for your drugs or go get money for drugs or work hard all day and then give your money to the drug man, you know, when you start having things, nice things, you know, some people have nice things. I mean, I had nice things when I was in active addiction, but what I'm saying, things that you're proud of. When you can look in the mirror, like I'm looking at you right now with not a stitch of makeup on. One of my videos has like 700 views. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have got on here with no makeup on. Oh my God, I wouldn't go anywhere with no makeup on. And I still really don't go around with no makeup on. I come on here in these videos to show you this vain woman that can't go anywhere with no makeup on, can come on here clean and sober to tell you how I did it, give you some stories on what I fucking had to deal with. They ended up letting me out of the rehab, the psychiatric hospital, because I lied and told them everything was fine. I was a great manipulator of my mind. I would manipulate my mind for 50 years. Like I said before, I wasn't a drug addict for 50 years, but I was masking the way I felt with food and boys. You know, I was. Man, it's great when you wake up in the morning and actually have been asleep. Come on these video and tell you how life is grand now. Do I have everything I want? No, unfortunately not. And I'll probably never get that, but things will be okay, because peace is on the inside. A clear conscience is the softest pillow. I'm an open book now. I am an open book. You can have my phone right now. I don't have anything to hide. I don't even put makeup on hardly anymore. You know, it's just a beautiful thing. So this video is dedicated to Richard Larkin Smith and anybody else that's lost their life to drugs and alcohol. You know, it's tough. It's a bad disease. I'm just grateful that I escaped when I did, because I was going to be next. On that note, stay clean, stay sober, you're beautiful, you're worth it. Bye.